So I came back Friday night after work today, which was a pretty good run. Stopped at Juleskog for a burger and grabbed a couple of bits from Hornbach that I need. That means I can do a bit of an earlier start tomorrow. But a quick check of where we are. Some of these are doing pretty well. Some of the ones on the end not so great. But that's one of the jobs this weekend. I've got some thin drip piping to lay along these 2 points, hopefully connected up to the water in the pump. This one's looking good. The pears are looking solid. But yeah, hopefully connect the pump up so we get water in there, and then if it's good, I'm thinking get another tank like the one that's being used for septic for the time being that I can fill with water, and then a little battery operated timer. Insects attacking my leaves, it's no good. Plums, there I am putting these nice insect hotels in place. Yeah, coming together. Also growing pretty well. A little small. This one I think was always going to be in a good state because it's very solid. New buds coming up there. And then doing reasonably. So there's definitely a mix on the raspberries, so this has not taken root very well. But over on this side, if the dog doesn't eat it, it's doing pretty well. This way. Down. Another one that struggled a bit with the transplant. But to be honest, raspberries grow like crazy from everything I'm hearing, so not super worried. This side. Yes! It's doing well. That's alive, so that's important. This is doing pretty reasonably too. A little bit dry at the ends. This is looking healthy. And that. Got a few things coming up, so we might need to snip a few bits here. But also we do have some good fern growth which will help. And I've got clover and a few other bits. Yeah, this one definitely needs a bit of clipping. As you can see, there's going to be competing plants. And it's not the most sturdy looking. And then finally, our apple tree. It's got some flowers on top. And also some wilting leaves. So yeah. But yeah, we're seeing some good growth since last time in the general centre. So we need this area to grow out. In a year, maybe another line of fruit trees down the middle, but we'll see. There's already quite a lot of fruit trees, to be honest. But yeah, I'm thinking about there, clear a space, have the water, and then easy run of 2 things up there. And then, yeah, let's go see the others. One of the downsides of a very large and energetic dog, he managed to snap this as part of his many runs and probably chewing. So it's been briefly reattached. But we'll see. I may need a trip tomorrow to replace. Don't really see much growing in here. A couple of points maybe at the back for the iceberg lettuce, but it's very dry, so we definitely need to run over here, and then similar space we've got a couple of tiny sprouts of things. This is doing better. I'm going to place that over there. I don't even know what these might be. It's going to be a mystery, some of this stuff, until it grows out, because the dog pulled it all apart, which is somewhat unhelpful. So there's probably also in this stuff here some of these plants, because it's got fully pulled out. Yeah, so my plan is initially double line of thin piping over on that side, to a point that hopefully connect, then a long hose pipe to just connect it up. If I can get it enough, connect across there and do some drip feeding into these as well, because that would be ideal. And I'm thinking I'll buy a long 2x4, chop it up into 3 pieces and use it as a bridge across that point, just to give me easy backs and forwards into there, because I think that'll be useful. Well, one thing I hadn't entirely planned on, the water level continues to shrink, so many of the water plants that I put in are now entirely out of water, which is kind of hilarious. So we'll have to see how they go. They may need to get moved down a bit further in, but we're beginning to also see a few bits of growth over here, which is good, because this has been pretty bad. So I think if we can get good grasses and reeds and things along the side here, Merlin, we can then get things sorted out a bit more widely. But broadly, like, some of them are doing alright, some of them are not. That is not a healthy looking plant. Whereas the grasses and the irises, I think, are looking a bit better. But we'll see. And then finally, our weeping willow. It's definitely weeping. Looks reasonably healthy as these things go. And then he managed to, yeah, all of his and the wood are slowly building out of the way. But this is beginning to pick up under here, which is good. I don't know what you're doing, buddy. But yeah, there's also budding and things from some of the stuff I planted around this general area, which is good. So yeah, seeing some progress. These are pretty, tucked away down there, growing up. Have to find out what they are. We've got a few interesting plants. But then the other thing I want to do is just check on how this guy's doing. Planted October last year. Looking pretty reasonable. Maybe 6'4". Pretty good. There's nothing too nearby that's going to get in its way. So that should become quite a nice tree. I think it's time to wrap things up, get the dog his dinner, because he's been very patient. Maybe not so patient. So what we've got here is a step one in a somewhat ridiculous plan of building the dog a little tile-topped plank that will go under the table in there, because he quite likes sitting under the table, but there's a metal bar that runs along the floor so it can't be comfortable, and also the underfloor heating kicks in so it's quite warm. So I'm figuring wood to raise it a little bit, nice cold tiling, a couple of them will help him as the weather gets warmer. But today's job is to sow some seeds, some clover and other bits, and then start laying the pipe. So first things first, we're doing the Bockhorns clover, and that will go almost directly into the mulch surrounding these as a starting point. So we've got 250 grams, which is plenty, I think, for the trees we've got. And then after that, clover in the nearby areas, and the final one in a bit more of the dirty spaces. So, step one. Now I've got the blood clover, the red clover, which will go in between all of the spaces. So this is really going to build up the biomass is the plan. So that should be good. So loads. And then finally, the Honog sort, which is a fast growing thing. Wants to go around the middle apparently, away from the trees too much, but just to really build up some of the ground cover. So I think we'll do the entrance maybe a bit over that side and see where we get to. Easy little setup to just slice this wood up nice. I've only got one side's worth, but it's a good test, and I suspect I'll need to go to Hornbach or Garden this afternoon, because I don't think there's quite enough pipe to reach the pump, but we will see. It needs some sandpaper and glue, but looks pretty reasonable. So hopefully the dog will be happy with that. Start building up the first pipeway, running up there, which is looking good. Merlin! Merlin! That's a drainage ditch, buddy. So the first line is hooked up with sprayers all the way along. I've put a T-junction in to cross over there so that we can water the grow boxes at the same time, but we don't have enough of this small piping because I've run it along, but we're a couple of trees short on that side as well, so I'm going to have to pick up a bit more, which is fine, and I've not had a chance to test yet or run out the longer pipeway. But we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely going to need more. I'm just wondering if I need 20 or 50 metres. I'm also a bit concerned because the water pump is pretty powerful, so I'm a bit worried it's just going to blow out these little pipes. So I might put a splitter on at the front, or at the front, and just half the pressure that's coming down here, and just, I don't know, water trees or something over on that side, but we'll see. Getting there. And there are the two little things for Merlin. So these will go under the table, give it a bit more flatter, and it will also hopefully keep him a bit cooler as the weather gets warmer. It's not so bad now, but it's super sunny. We did a quick run over to Hornbach and Gudaganen, and hopefully we got what we need to get this working. No splitters, they're all like screw-in tap splitters, nothing to split two hosepipe connectors, which is really weird. Never mind. And we're prepared this side too. So we've got a splitter on, so we should be halving the water pressure going down. So if it's not enough, I can increase it, but hopefully I think it's going to be quite powerful. So I think this should be plenty. So we're going to go grab the generator, get that running, and see if I've completely wasted my morning or not. It's running through here well. It is firing out this end fairly substantially. So it's blown one of those off. into that right, so that needs looking at. But these are going well. Getting less powerful as we go down. Yeah, so we're running out about 2/3 along, but that's with a lot of it going straight out into the air. So let's see if we can fix it. Okay, having to take the whole piece out because it was damaged. Let's see, we're not getting a giant spray in the air, which is definitely progress. Nothing at all. You can see it took a while, but you know, watered the dead wood. That's useful. Got some spray. That's looking good. Definitely looking it down. Good. I think it's just died, but just with the pressure, I can see it's coming down, which is perfect. Leave it, buddy. He drank an entire bowl of water earlier because he got hot, was trying to drink basically sewer water. Thought that he went inside, sat there for way too long before suddenly realising he had clean water. Dogs are crazy. So you can see there's some water coming out there, which is perfect. So yeah, he is a liability in this long lead, but unfortunately he's also a liability if he doesn't have it. No, not jumping over there. Nice. So that is a success. We've got some water going down. I think we've probably run out of fuel because I didn't put much in there initially. But even just in a few minutes, it's pretty solidly watered stuff. Oh, and one other little thing I've done today, just put a little solar lamp on the corner there. So we've got the signpost and a lamp to help with just finding in the dark. But let's go have a quick look at the power. So, there was some power or fuel left, so just let that get warm again. Turn the choke off, plug it in, give it a few minutes to thoroughly water. Ferns and stuff are beginning to come up there, which is nice. Need to clear out the walkway a bit. Might be one of the jobs when I'm up here for a couple of weeks over the summer is get some gravel delivered and really lay some pathways. A bit of manual watering with a 10-litre jug to help these things out. I will probably pick up a spare one of those that I can use specifically for plant watering, as I still haven't got the confirmation yet that the water's drinkable, so I don't want to mix and match. But right now we should be also seeing some watering of the trees as the generator's going in the background. I could have made some better choices on the specific layout, but there is at least water getting to all of these, which is the main thing. So maybe not the most even balance, but that's fine. It's interesting how quickly it shifts out, because it's pretty good here before it tails along, We moved it to a misting spray for most of these, but we'll see how that goes. And this has come out yet again. Super annoying. And the transplanted tree from a couple of weeks ago, even though that is very dry soil, is doing reasonably well. You've got buds on the end, which is a good sign.